Hi, it's me again with laser tips and tricks, and I thought I would just share with you. There's a lot of people that would disagree with me on this factor and to make a jig, and I was running just 8 of these spoons for a lady that teaches kids how to cook, and she actually does birthday parties. So this is a gift for the birthday girl to give to the other attendees. But what I do is I go to the laser and sorry about that, I tape down a piece of MDF, and then I keep it open for my rulers, and then I draw these lines for the spoon. Instead of drawing the whole outline, and you'll probably never run into this spoon has a hole dead center. So I'm able to use a crosshair to put the spoon in the same spot every time. And then I put these 2 lines. Don't really need them. I probably wouldn't do them unless I was doing them for the video, because the spoons are going upward and not downward. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm sorry if I'm jogging around a little bit. But then what I like about this, for 2 reasons: when you run your red box, so you can delete all your other lines. So I take a piece of MDF and I cut it out, and I use 100 power but like 50 speed, so it just barely marks the surface in the MDF, and I've got it taped down so it not to move. I do not center this particular one for 2 reasons. One, center is going to be right on top of your spoon, and it's kind of hard to get it out and put it back in. I just leave it like this, and it takes a second to run over here and run the job. But after I cut these lines, and I'm just going to show you how I made these lines, just a little bit of insight. The spoon was, well, let's say, I can't remember what it was. Let's say it was 2 inches. So I'm going to make my nudge distance just 1 inch. And I'm going to take that line right there, and I'm going to put it right on top of that other line. And then I'm going to nudge it up. And I'll do the same. The spoon was actually bigger than 2 inches. But then you have your outline of your spoon. And then I just draw a crosshair. Now, if you are using center, this center line actually helps you after you take your, cut this and then focus on your spoon. Well, then you can use your red dot pointer to put it right on that line, so you'll know you're in the center. But then you can either delete the lines, or you can just select this one and run a selected laser with your lid open, and it'll run that deal. And that's one of the reasons I like to have it close to the laser bed, is because I can look down on it. If it was way up here, this is a big Fusion 40 by 28. And this way I can stand right over it and I can see it run that outline of the red dot pointer. You could either do that, or you could just delete these other lines, and then you wouldn't have any vectors to deal with after you've cut them. And then you just run a vector job, and it'll vector out that red line. You'll know you're in the same spot. And then you just hit a raster job and engrave it. And just a little word of insight. Let's do this. Let's select our name, hold down the shift, select the name, hold down the shift, select the box, and hit E. Now that's even up and down as far as Corel is concerned, but it's because of this Y, or this long part of the G and the part of the Y. So that's, preference there. What I would do is set your nudge factor on something low, grab your name, and cursor down to the more the letters are in the problem or in the equation. And then what I do is group this together. Control G, or group. And then if you're using center, then this is in the center. If you don't, Corel's going to move that word up because it's not in the center. Now, it probably worked now, but you can't just center that box. But that's why I really prefer, instead of using center, I have the laser head way off to the side, or where the normal home is, and it's going to come over here and run the job. Now, I'm going to have people disagreeing with me to do one at a time, but with just 8 spoons to do today, it's going to take you longer to set up 8 spoons in a jig, even if you did it this way and just multiply it. And then if you happen to have a electrical failure or something like that and it cuts halfway through, you're not lost. And it's just opening the lid up and replacing it, and that makes it a lot easier to open the lid up and replace this, because you can see right down on top of that line and see that crosshair in the center of that hole. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.